Toby with work to do from 25th, Max Koffler there in 30th, and Barry Baltus, who's moving to some more stability on the front in the early stages. He's still recovering from injury to be picked up that second place finish from pole in Catalonia just 2 weeks ago. It looks like a beautiful morning here in France, but it is so cold. Ready to go racing, and away we go. It looked like a good start there from Tony Arbolino way back Aspar at KTM, but he holds the advantage then from Jaume Massey, who gives you the perfect idea of the undulations around this Le Mans circuit that can sometimes be flattened out. There's bunches up so tight when you're down in that mid-pack, doesn't it, through turns 2 and 3, and that proved really... Gracini Honda. Beautiful. You've got to have trust to make that move in these cool Conti. Made up 9 spots in the opening lap as Arenas just goes a bit wide there in the lead. You can see the difference since that brilliant start. Braking now into the back straight. John McPhee to move into the top 10. It's not been a bad start for Kaito Toba. He started 6th in a straight line, that Leopard Honda. Sasaki's the man to keep an eye on as well. Fasted a bit of a problem on the full fuel tank, but Binder's gapped him quite comfortably. And McPhee in 11th. Didn't make the greatest of starts, but he's just passed Ayumi Sasaki. So he's up 1 spot into turn 11. I've changed direction now. Turn to lap, not just Arenas. Sasaki's down to 11th place, McPhee's up to 10th. Approach to La Chapelle there, it will give him some good drive coming up towards turn 7. There is the number 40. Getting a bit busy there, isn't it? Kaito Toba's made those up into 7th place. Yeah, Sasaki got Fernandez as well, in a little bit hot into turn 9, then it through Darren Binder, aggressive as always. No way that Vietti could continue to run. The R46 riders, number 13 Vietti, and number 16 Minio, just in the background. First win of the season in 2020, having got his Argentina. He won the race. That's aggressive by Alonso Lopez, who really showed. Arbolino. Arbolino had a big problem then. He nearly dumped it. Tight again between the two. Yeah, I thought Rodrigo was going to fire it up the inside of Arenas there into turn 3. Was back down the field and not making any significant progress towards where he needs to be. How far away? Darren Binder coming through, up into 4th place then for him. Responding after the 2 big crashes when he was on for podiums as well in the 2 Mazzano races. I mean, he got Vietti a couple of laps ago. This time the victim's Arenas. It's just the 3 of them. Dennis Fogger's been given a track limits warning. Fon 7 then on board here with Albert Arenas as he looks to go through on Darren. Before he hits the front, Sasaki getting up the inside of Vietti into turn 9. That was brilliant by Fernandez. Somebody's down and they've taken. It's the two teammates. Oh, friendly fire then from Husqvarna, or not very friendly fire at all. That's and did, of course, a few rounds back in Mazzano, but it all went wrong on the final lap. Nice move there from Arenas. He's just as you say that. Talk about commentators' curse. In the corner of the shot, Suzuki. Ayumi Sasaki. Gabriel Rodrigo not willing to give that place up. So Fanati, Max Biaggi will not be impressed with that one. Not impressed with it at all. Green paint, he has to be careful of that. 14 laps remain here in France. Arbolino last time around was the fastest man on the circuit. 1:42.0. Gets away from Tatai in 14th place, but Tatai's quite a long way behind Sergio Garcia in 13th. The inside of Tony Arbolino, who was caught napping. That front tyre from Bin. Just up ahead there of Rodrigo and Sasaki. Iagura just on Dennis Fogger ahead of him. Darren Binder just 0.004 of a second off the lap record there. For his way back into this battle as Masia. He hasn't seen anybody's rear tyre for quite some time, has he? Now, will Darren Binder have another look into turn 13 on Albert Arenas? Through 12, Honda number 5 leads from 75 Arenas, and number 40 Darren Binder. Lap record from Celestino Vietti, the fastest lap in Moto3 we've ever seen. Had a lot of drive. That's so costly in Moto3, so it's now Arenas leading. Fernandez have all inch closer to the front group. Likewise, John McPhee just in the background. There into turn 3. You're right about Darren Binder. Yeah, great shame because they had great rhythm. Arbolino threw on Binder at turn. Would be done to his opponents with Iagura not in the points. In fact, it would move. In position in 15th. Every point priceless in this World Championship. We're on board now. He's a bit of a yo-yo rider, isn't he, this year, Foggia? 1 week he looks like a world beater. 11/10 gap back to McPhee in 10th place. He's having trouble at the moment. That's exactly what Minio's doing, and better.
Rear tyre and shows up for the race.
Right, there you go. Rider's decision then for Celestino Vietti. At the moment, you can't really. Binder's going to be breathing all the way down his neck when he gets the pit board. You just see there, in 7th place, has got some speed going at the moment as well. Sasaki, he's been... Yeah, Lopez was carrying a bit too much speed there into turn 13. The property, Arenas then still at the front, being hotly pursued by Arbolino. Massia trying. Antonelli not making any significant inroads towards those point-scoring places. He's still... Arbolino power through to 1st and 2nd, and who's going to get the lead? Twitch is there. 1 and 2 will help McPhee become a part of this group as well. Into turn 7 we go. Emilio on Gabriel Rodrigo, nicely done into turn 8. Emilio, of course, yeah, he's going to have to get his gloves off again, isn't he? Quickly, Albert Arenas thrown into the chicane. Yeah, I think his eyes behind that visor are on stalks there. Carter, people not convinced by that hard rear tyre option, but he stuck to his gun. But this is looking back from Celestino Vietti. The back race, Yamanaka, is in the battle for the last points, and he's going to have to go along. Giving up the ghost. Well, it's just completely cut out. That could have been disastrous as a hander is where it does. Oh, it's a high side, and it's almost like it's seized. Yeah. That's like an old... Unfortunately, that is cruel in the extreme for poor Darren Binder. Back in action as well. 7th place for the number 25. We're just being informed here that on the graphic is wrong. For the 2nd time in 3 years. We're going to have 5 laps to go here. Tony Arbolino's picked up the running at the point scoring places, helped by the Binder retirement. He's now into 15th place. From Albert Arenas, and a slightly out of shape Tony Arbolino there. You can just... That's a nightmare for Toba. He needs to see the checker flag more often. And that's the... Oh dear, McPhee's down! And Alcova as well. Now surely that's John McPhee. Now another massive 11th place. He might be able to salvage an 8th or 9th here. Agura out of absolutely nothing out of 9. Nowhere for John McPhee to go at all. And he gets... Live championship then. 9 points it would be as things stand with a race. They all crashed in front of him. So did Suzuki. Binder retired, and now Toba McPhee 4th, and Sasaki now making a move up the inside of Andrea Minio. He moves up into 5th place. Of course, he was in this position, as we mentioned before, in Mazzano. The last lap tactics did not... For quite some time, he came through sector 2, almost 3/10 of a second ahead of Tony Arbury, but back-to-back DNFs for the Scotsman has put a huge dent in his championship. Here comes Albert Arenas. Up the inside of Tony Arbolino into turn 2, and out of La Chapelle. He's able to build up a nice little advantage there. There's Tata. Really has got out of jail today, really. Bit of a twitch there from Massia into turn 8. That's really costly. We're getting closer to the final lap here, and Celestino Vietti with that hard rear tyre leads. Tony Arbolino, Jaume Massia, and then a bit of a gap back to Sasaki. A little bit of a weave and bobble from Tony Arbolino as they drop down the hill through this long on Vietti. Is he going to go for it down into Garage Vert? Again, Arbolino. 9. He's in 2nd place. Will he attack? Hard to overtake them now in this last sector as Massia got... No, Vietti runs a tight defensive line. Vietti looks like he's taking his chance in front. Fried from Agura in the end then, just to salvage some points. Jaume Massia then... Yeah, that's massive for his championship. Really, really awesome late. He's back the lead in the World Championship. Arenas on the podium yet again here in Le Mans. And their championship contention, I mean, there's still a long way to go, but a terrible weekend, unfortunately, for the number 17. Well, you think this is round 10, and that's John McPhee's 4th DNF, so really, really tough. We can pop down to pit lane. Sky VR46, I'm sure, are very happy.
Yes, Pablo, what an awesome ride, especially those last couple of laps. It looked like...
But when it comes to Sunday in the race, it's in the hands of just one man, and Celestino Vietti. Facing Massia again, and it's all down to that little wobble on the penultimate lap into turn